Hello and welcome to Cloud Perceptor channel. Today we are going to do a hands-on lab session for virtual machine scale set for Microsoft Azure. So let's first understand what is Azure VM Scale Set. So it is like scale sets lets you create and manage group of load balanced virtual machines. The number of virtual machine instances can automatically increase or decrease in response to demand or a defined schedule. Okay, and skill sets provides high availability to your application and allow you to centrally manage, configure, and upgrade a large number of virtual machines. With virtual machine skill sets, you can build large scale services for areas such as compute, big data, and container workloads. So, why we should use VM scale set? We should use it to provide redundancy and improve performance. Applications are typically distributed across multiple instances. Customers may access your application through a load balancer that distributes requests to one of the application instances. If you need to perform maintenance or update to an application instance, your customers must be distributed to another available application instance. To keep up with extra customer demand, you may need to increase the number of application instances that run your application. Azure Virtual Machine skill sets provide the management capabilities for applications that run across many virtual machines. Automatic scaling of resources and load balancing of traffic. Skill sets also provides the following key benefits. So easy to create and manage with multiple virtual machines, provides high availability to your application, okay, and it also provides application resiliency, allows your application to automatically scale as the resource demand changes. It also works at large scale. So let's go through the hands-on demo and understand how Azure VM skill set can be configured. So you need to first log in to your Azure portal. So here I'm logged into my Azure portal. I will go in the marketplace option. So you will find virtual machine skill set over here. Okay, click on this. It will show you these details. Okay, like whatever we just discussed. Okay, click on create. See, the options you will get over here will be kind of similar options you get while creating the virtual machine in Azure. Okay, so let's select the existing resource group. Okay, so we're gonna give it a name, Perceptor VMS Scale Set, something like this. Okay, and I will be selecting Australia East. Okay, and not I don't need availability zone over here. Security type I'll keep it as standard. As Windows Server 2006 data center, and I'll be selecting this 1 gig of memory uh, size VM. Okay, because it's we are just using it for the demo. Win CP. Okay, so we are good to go with this option. If you have a license, Windows Server license, you can get up to 49% discount. Okay, click on next. So you will get the OS disk options over here. So premium SSD, standard SSD, and HDD. I'll be selecting standard SSD. Okay, encryption I will leave it as a default over here. All right, checks the advanced option. We don't need to configure any of these for the demo. Click on next. It will create a virtual network for us. Okay, click on edit. Since these are the Windows VM, we will be enabling port RDP 3389 from over here. Okay, we'll be enabling public IP address. Okay, click on OK. So we are good to go. Yeah, click on load balancer from over here. We will be using Azure load balancer. There are two options available. One is application gateway. It is an HTTP/HTTPS web traffic load balancer with URL based routing, SSL termination, session persistence, and web application firewall. Next is Azure load balancer. It supports all TCP, UDP, network traffic, port forwarding, and outbound flows. Okay, but we'll be using Azure load balancer. We'll be selecting the default option. Load balancer will be creating it as a new backend pool, also new. Okay, click on next. The scaling part, initial instance count, we want it as 2. Okay, we want 2 instances. Minimum number of instances, we want to keep it as 1. Maximum number, let's keep it as a default 10. CPU threshold, I'll keep it as 50. Okay, just to show you for the demo purpose, it's not an ideal choice to keep 50 for production environment. Okay, but for the demo purpose, we will be keeping it as this. Next is duration 5. Remember, duration should be between 5 and 60. If you keep put 3 over here, it won't allow you. So keep it as 5. Okay. Number of instances to increase by. So how much in number of instances you want to increase when it scales out? We'll leave it as 1. Scale in CPU threshold 25. That's fine. Number of instances to decrease by 1. That is fine. We want to scale in by 1 instance. Scaling policy, keep it as a default. There are 3 kinds of scaling policy available. So default, balance across availability zone and fault domains. Then delete VM with highest instance ID, newest VM, balance across availability zone and delete the newest created VM, oldest VM, balance across availability zone and delete the oldest created VM. We'll be keeping it as a default. Oh, maybe. All right. Next, click on next management option. Let's keep the default option available over here. We don't need to change anything on this page. Okay, health, it's fine. Keep it as a default. Nothing, no change in the advanced option. Click on next. Tags, we'll leave it. Review and create, it's gonna do some final validation. So okay, validation passed. You can download a template for automation from over here, but not needed for this demo. Click on create. So it's gonna take some time to create this skill set. We'll wait for 5 minutes. Until then, I will pause this video. Okay, so after 5 minutes of wait, the deployment is completed. Let's go to the resource. So the VM scale set has been deployed successfully. Let's look at the instances. So we already have 2 instances running. Okay, let me just log into one of the instances and see. So I'm logging into the scale set 0 instance. Click on that. I will be, you know, running a PowerShell script on this instance, which will increase some CPU load over there. Okay, so we'll check it on the fly. Okay. All right, so I'm logged into the virtual machine. I'll wait until it boots up. So we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. I'll open my PowerShell. So let me just search for PowerShell. Okay. Okay, PowerShell is open now. I'll type in the command over here. Okay, already there. It's there in this my third slide. I'll copy and paste it over there. Okay, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna create some logical processes. Okay, a background job. Now okay, let me just run it again. I think I stopped the job. Okay, okay, let's now watch. Let's now monitor this instance. Okay, this instance where I ran this process. Let's try to monitor it. The CPU average will show up over here. Okay, up till now network is showing up, but basically it should launch one more instance. Okay, automatically. Let's wait for 5 minutes because that's the time we have set. Okay, so CPU usage on an average it's 51%. Okay, let's refresh it. Okay, let's wait for 5 minutes. So here I'm back after 5 minutes. The scale out has occurred. As you can see, it has launched one more instance. Okay, and the CPU usage it has gone up. You can see, right, it has gone up to 100%. Okay, 63% now. So that's why it has scaled out one more instance. And this is the example for scale out. Let me show you a scale in. I stop the processes on my VM. Okay, I'll stop this jobs, which will immediately decrease the CPU usage on my VM. Okay, so let me just try to disable for the another instance. Okay, so it has stopped the job. Now let's wait for 5 minutes. I think we set the time for 10 minutes, so let's wait for scaling to occur. So here we have 70% for now. Let's wait for 5-10 minutes and we're good to go. I will pause this video for 5 minutes and check it again. Alright, so the average CPU percentage has came down to 47% now. Now let's check the instances. It has deleted any one of the instances. Yep. As you can see, it is deleting the instance. Okay. So this is how the scaling occurs. Okay. So this is the practical example for scaling and scale out using Azure Virtual Machine Scale Set. Thanks for watching the video. Do like and subscribe my Cloud Perceptor YouTube channel and do let us know your comments. Thanks for watching the video.